Hey KCC kids, hope you've had a great time of worship this morning. Hope there's been plenty singing, plenty dancing. I hope all your windows in the house are open and you've made enough noise to wake up your street. I'm Darren and I'm part of the kids team here. And as you'll know, I'm probably the best part of the kids team here. I'll let you decide that. But just before we start our lesson today, in our lesson what we're going to be looking at is the Holy Spirit and how the Holy Spirit gives you the power to do the miracles that you read about in the Bible, and how the Holy Spirit is at the center and at the core of everything God does and how everything that Jesus' followers do. So as many as know, I used to do a little bit of running before, many years ago, as you can probably tell. And our sport, and the same as many other sports, most of sports, where they get their power from and all their strength is in their core as well. At the center of their body is where they get all their power from. So I'm going to give you a challenge this morning, how you can improve your core, but also how you can battle someone in your household today, and how you could get rock chisel abs, a bit like myself. So what you're going to need is probably a couple of toy boxes or some big pans or pots and a few pairs of trainers. And you could challenge anyone in your house. You will need a partner, either your brother or sister, or anybody that's staying in your house with you at the moment during this time. So let's get going. So here we go, one bucket each, a few pairs of shoes, and this morning in our competition we've got James against the sister Gabriella. So they'll demonstrate what you have to do. So you've got to get in the shoes all in the bucket, and the first one to get all the shoes in the bucket is the winner. For me, being an expert in rock chisel abs, I do it for as long as I can. I'm probably sometimes there for hours. So on your marks, get set, go!
You missed that. Yes, you did. Look. Good brother, look at the green. You missed it. That look. You missed that. Oh, you're missing.
One more to go, James.
Who's missing? Who's missed two?
Well done, James. We've got a winner.
Yes!
Champion. Well done in your victory this morning, Jamesy. Absolutely brilliant. I personally was going to challenge James this morning, but I would have probably been there till the end of isolation, probably forever and a day. But anyway, just before we watch a video, we're going to recap on the lesson that we were taught last week. Once he spoke about Jesus ascending into heaven, once he'd been resurrected from the dead, he then went and met the disciples, and after that he ascended into heaven and left the disciples who were, all they are is just followers of Jesus, and he left them with these things, three things to do, and it was called the Great Commission. Can anyone remember the three things? Okay, if you forgot, or I'm just really smart, I'll tell you the three things. Number one was to make disciples of all nations. All a disciple is a follower of Jesus. Number two was the disciples was to baptize the disciples. And number three was to follow Jesus and how to follow Jesus. It was a great lesson last week, and I hope that my lesson is just as enjoyable this week. So I'll let you watch a short video before we start.